Derek, hey, congratulations on your new movie, Agent Recon.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
So I understand this is a part of a trilogy, or there were previous films. So tell us where the original idea actually came from for Agent Recon.
I was in Arizona and a friend of mine said, "Hey, you want to shoot weapons in the desert?" And had an experience of a lifetime. And it triggered me to think out in the vast, beautiful desert, like what it would be like if you were trapped out there. And I've been looking to make my next movie and I want to focus on action. So to me, it was an opportunity to do a self-contained sci-fi action movie. All the parts came together. I pitched a really top stunt team, Action Factory, and they liked me. They said, "Hey, you've done two movies. You're writing scripts. We'll help you out." And made the movie, and it got on Hulu. And then after that, like we had some traction. Let's get to the next step. So we made Agent Revelation with Michael Dorn from Star Trek, and that had a lot of visual effects in it. And that's continued to gain traction. That released on Paramount Plus and Showtime. It's on Paramount Plus right now. These really small action indie movies, and taking it to the next level. Agent Recon got some, let's just say, a pretty cool cast together. Some awesome action, and man, a dream come true.
What what is your love about the continuing story of telling the story of Jim through three movies so far?
Um, Jim, what I love about this character, he's this guy who, the way he starts out, he has these headaches. So he's never been able to do well at sports. He's actually not so bright. He's not even good at math, even though he's Asian. Um, but he cares about his friends, and he wants to serve his country, which is something that I love about him. I wanted to portray somebody who wanted to give back, and appreciative of where he came from. So he's faced with all these decisions, and he's empowered by this by the ash, and he's given these powers with the mana, and he's learning them, and he's going through this entire world. And what I love about him is how he reacts to that world and how he makes decisions. And I think it's an opportunity to show someone who looks like me, um, in that light.
Well said, Derek. Now, of course, unlike
Thank you.
the other previous two films, you worked with an entirely new cast in this film. Tell us about the direction with the new cast, working with Mark Singer and Chuck Norris in this time around.
Right, we did bring back a couple key characters. Aaron, who he's played by Matt Burnett,
Okay.
and Teo Briones. But what was it like working with Chuck Norris? I mean, awesome, like dream come true. And Mark Singer, amazing. They're both my childhood heroes. They're both legit action heroes. Like they do their own stuff, and they are capable of it. And Chuck Norris, karate champion. If you put him in the ring, I'd watch out. Um, so, but Chuck on one end, I think he's in many ways he's larger than life, but so down to earth. He's such a good person on set. He brings in energy. He elevates everybody. And you come away thinking, wow, this guy is actually better than how you had imagined. What it'd be like to work with him. The first thing he said to me was, "Hey, you remind me of myself at my age when I was making movies." The first thing he says to me, and I'm like, that's if you start off that way, that's it can only go and get better from there. And I remember meeting him for voiceover, for voice work, to fill in some lines. And he actually even said, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know, and we'll be in LA." And we met up, and first thing he said to me is like, "Derek, we need to tell everybody about this movie," you know? So, well, anyway, here we are. Mark Singer, he's a thespian. He is an amazing actor, and I learned a lot from him as, being a lead, how to um, I think give audiences something different in terms of reaction. I think and that were, I was searching, and I'm still developing. I'm learning every time and working with these great actors, and um but he gave me so many good pieces of wisdom that carried me throughout the film. So and yeah, I mean, we had the best time too. So I had the best time with Chuck, I had the best time with Mark, and my cast was awesome, the crew was awesome. It was just a great experience.
It sounds like a terrific experience. I'm always curious because doing like an independent action movie, something like this. How do you coordinate your fight choreography through it? Do you handle the fight choreography yourself, or do you bring in someone else?
Okay, so what's interesting, what I've discovered in working is that it's almost like you're in this movie and you write something on the page and then it happens, especially as your budget goes up. Then, if you write it on the page, that thing appears. So, if I wrote glass of water appear, in this scene, there's a glass of water there, no matter whether it's appropriate for the scene or not. So with the action in this, I wrote almost exactly the story beats of what's going to happen, what my character is doing, and really what the chess match is going on. So there are very subtle cues about faking people out, and sort of homages to my favorite, martial arts action heroes. And so I wrote those in. And then from there, though, I have a stunt coordinator and second unit, Joe Fiddler, and we have a lot of the same taste. So some of the things that he worked on Punisher, and I love the action in Netflix's Punisher. It's real, it's appropriate, it's not flashy, and so we have a lot of the same feeling of where action should go. So I trust a lot in him. And then we have all the best people like Nathan People. I have, all these videos of of him like kind of working through the boxing, which I'm a big fan of boxing, and the chess match there. Um and whoever's right to choreograph the scene, then that also comes into play. So they're taking the script, which is the skeleton, and then they take it to the next level and help me work out the angles and make sure we got coverage, things like that.
So how do you direct a bona fide action star like Chuck Norris through these fight choreography scenes, and how much input do you let him have?
Well, you just bring in the best person to choreograph his fight scenes, which are Dakota Norris, which is his son, who knows him really well, grew up and worked with him um, for many years. For many years, he's actually amazing. Actually, he's really smart. He's a great martial artist himself. He knows gymnastics. He's in great shape, and he loves it too. Like I've seen him so we went out on set. I brought him out on set and I said, "This is where we're filming." He had a preconceived idea. He sent me previs of what he wanted to. So for me, in a way, like it could have been difficult, but in a way, it was really actually easy. I was like, okay, that's what you want to do. Here's Joe Fiddler. I bring him to set. I brought him to see everything, and then we talked about, okay, how do we make this work? So I think that's why, the Norrises are so successful, is because they prepare a lot. They think about what they're going to do. He's so prepared. They've rehearsed. They know exactly um, who they need to make it work. So kudos to them. So Dakota's amazing, and that's what you want on a film set. I think you bring heroes to set behind and in front of the camera, and you just support them. That's how I work as a director, at least.
Well said, well said. And did you build this set, or you had a commandeer a facility somewhere?
My back is hurting. I'm
Ah,
just kidding. No way. Um, I it's a long story. I'll try to shorten it. Uh, um, a friend of mine actually knew this ranch, Blue Cloud Ranch. It's one of them. We worked on several. Rancho Deluxe is another one. They're both like amazing sets. And she scouted it. She just went there, took her phone, and like looked around and showed me pictures. And I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." So I was like, "I want to shoot here." So in a way, I kind of wrote the script around knowing that these Marines are going to a base anyway. They're on a mission. So with those in mind, then I'm like, okay, let me place where things are and what's happening. So that was one aspect. But I mean, I wouldn't. Who knew I was going to encounter rain in LA? And you know, for like a couple days, and how are you going to work that out? And the fact that the terrain turned from desert to lush green was like it was a blessing in that it made the set much more unique. But in another regards, you know, I've said this many times to my friends. It's like I can't reshoot this. I better get it right because this will never be the same. Um, so yeah, I mean I chose great places that I could hop to, and that's where they shot American Sniper. Zack Snyder, by the way, call out to Zack Snyder. You like I wanted to shoot during the summer one time, and you were shooting Rebel Moon, and then you know the guy's like, "Sorry, there's just so much lumber here, and you can't shoot here. You're gonna have to wait." So I mean, it all worked out in the end.
Well, you know, you actually came up with a terrific action film, Derek. So, hey, congratulations! Thank you for carrying this conversation with Agent Recon. And I have a feeling this is not the end for Jim. You probably have more stories down the road for this character.
Trust your gut. Thank you for watching the film. I had a blast making it, and I think then it was just such a magical experience. But yeah, this is just the beginning. I feel this is my element, and I will do everything possible to prove that, you know, I care about the audience. I care about what people want to see. And so feedback is welcome too. Nice feedback is welcome because I listen. And I think that's why people turn out for creators is because they're thinking about the viewer.
Well said, Derek. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Next time.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Hey, thanks a lot for everything, and take care.